This is a 3/4 ton bi-fuel Chevy Silverado. It runs on gasoline and natural gas. We rented a vehicle like this one for a weekend and drove it about 200 miles to test it out. It has a normal gasoline tank that's right here. You fill up just like any tank, and then here's the natural gas tank. It's actually embedded in the tool truck. Right here is where you fill it up, and in here is where you have the compressed natural gas tank. It's the equivalent of 21 gallons. The CNG tank is a giant cylinder that fits into the back of the truck like this. Now, bi-fuel compressed natural gas vehicles have become very popular in things like fleets. You're talking about taxis, airport shuttles, or company vehicles where they have a predictable place to fill up. The reason they're popular is because the fuel is much cheaper. It's usually about half the price of gasoline or even less depending on where you fill up. The closest place in suburban Houston to my home to fill this vehicle up with natural gas is nearly 20 miles away, but that's where we'll go right now. All right, right now we are at the nearest gas station to my house, which is Clean Energy Fuels. Now, every natural gas station that exists has a little bit of a story behind it. This one is here because it's right not by the airport. There are a lot of natural gas fleet vehicles that expect to be able to refuel at the airport. Taxis, delivery trucks, shuttles, public transportation, all of them come to these natural gas stations. This is by the Clean Energy Fuels Company, which is a company that was founded and funded partly by billionaire T. Boone Pickens of the Pickens Plan and Chesapeake Energy Corporation, the second largest natural gas producer. Now, as you can see, the price for natural gas is $2.20 per gallon equivalent. And now that is much, much cheaper than the gasoline price that you're seeing right now, which is $3.85 a gallon at the airport, whereas we all know they raise prices when you bring your rental car back to fill it up. So it works like any gas station. Put in your credit card. And you stick it into the valve. It's almost like a valve, just slightly bigger than a garden hose with a clamp on it. You do that, and it cinches up there. Once it verifies that your credit card can work, pull this up, pull up this lever, and it starts to fuel. This is where it goes. That's a fueling natural gas pump. There you go, it's that simple. So as you can see, the gauge will show you how full your tank is. Over the course of filling it up, it slowed down and started again, and it seemed like the system was sensing how much gas was in the tank and then fueling according to that. We were only about halfway empty, so that's what led us to fill up this much. But it says we're done, it's full, it's at 100%, and it took about 3 minutes to fill it up. So slightly longer than it might take for gasoline, but pretty much comparable. So when you start the vehicle, the truck in this case, you'll see this dial as red. That means it's running on gasoline. Now over time when you start it, it automatically switches. You'll see the red turn to yellow. That means it's switching from gasoline to natural gas. And then as quickly as what you just saw, it turns from yellow to green. And the green means the vehicle is now running completely on natural gas. It's as easy as that, a pretty seamless process. One thing you'll notice when you're driving a natural gas truck, it has the feel of the acceleration is slightly different. Now the dealership says that the 0 to 60 amount of time is basically comparable from natural gas to gasoline, but you just feel a slight difference in the push on natural gas than you do on gasoline. Now if you're wanting to see the difference specifically, you can just push this button and it'll switch to running gasoline. And then you can feel like any normal 3/4 ton truck runs. Now it's never that smooth in a truck that's this big, but the get up and go feels a little bit stronger on the gasoline than it does on the natural gas. But if it's $1.50 a gallon cheaper, I think we can all maybe learn to live with it.